Today's video is going to be reading BookTok favourites. You won't guess what I've just done. Literally 10 minutes before I just started this clip, I saved a bird. I was in a little bit of a slump and I'm finally out of it. And to be honest, my entire TBR is always BookTok favourites because I get all my recommendations off BookTok. But, you know. I'm starting really strong. Every Summer After, I actually started it last night by 𝘰𝘬𝘪𝘢𝘭𝑴. Is it a show or a film? I'm not sure. It just came out. I'm 50 pages in, so that is a commitment if I've ever heard of one. Do you know what I mean? As an avoidant girly, that is a commitment in itself. I always find knowing a book has an adaptation to watch afterwards is a really good incentive for me to stay strong. Because the first 50 pages are the hardest of any book. I actually got this when I went to Lanzarote. I actually saw the girl reading it round the pool and then she left it in the book swap. So I was like, ah, you're coming out with me, thank you. It really reminds me of We Were Liars, which is also set on a beach. It's kind of like a mystery and it flicks between past and present. This isn't really to do with the video, but look what just arrived. How sick is this? You're joking. Like, literally my dream come true. Like, what do you mean? This is the book Hit or Miss by 𝘔𝘰𝘬𝘪𝘢𝘭𝑴. I'm so excited to read that. How sick is that? I'm also really excited to try Milk Duds. I've never had a Milk Dud before. And my parcel from HarperCollins Publishers came through. It's a pizza box. How sick is that? I love when brands really think through their PR boxes. I'm like, oh, you've really thought about this. I'm like so excited. Popcorn, and it's salted, which is my favourite popcorn. There's something inside the book. Sweet! The official Flirty Friday watch list. Cute, I can write my watches on the back. I've only watched one of them, which is a shame because I know that's really disappointing to a lot of people. Okay, this is My Ex and Other Monsters by Molly Morris. Falling in Love is a Curse. Oh my god. First of all, cover, stunning. I have a thing, and my friends kind of know me for it. If I see someone like who's good looking, immediately I look at their shoes, and if they've got bad shoes on, I'm like, nah. And this guy has good shoes on, I'm sorry, but you can tell they're like supposed to be Jordans or like Nikes of some sort. That's my type of guy. That's what I know. Indie Reynolds has given up on romance and perfected the art of cool, calm and uninterested me. When a casual family curse means that everyone you fall in love with turns into a literal monster, shutting down that part of your brain becomes a kind of necessity. Can she find a way to break her curse and finally let someone get close to her, or is her love life doomed forever? There's a bookmark! Yes! There's a bookmark! Oh my god, there's a bookmark. It's like a little cinema ticket. That's so cool. Oh, so easily impressed. Honestly, that's sick, brother. 18th of June. Oh my god, I've got an early copy! Who do I think I am? Who do I think I am? Like, actually, who do I think I am?
"Want to see you, Percy," said Sam with a crooked smile. "It's classic."
Unfortunately, I've got some bad news, guys. I'm not really enjoying this book. I ain't gonna lie. 100 pages in, so nearly halfway. First of all, it's very similar to The Summer I Turned Pretty, which I haven't read, but I did love the show. Obviously, I understand they've got to set up the plot and the story, and you've got to build that emotional attachment to the characters before they can have too much plot going on. But nothing's really happened. Like, it's literally been like slice of life, very light flirting, and I'm just a bit bored. Like, I was hoping something might, I don't know, like, I just... So it's contemporary romance and coming of age fiction. It's very mellow, not a lot's going on. If I wasn't filming this video, I think I would DNF. Because I feel like it should be a really good plot twist because everyone's crying over it at the end. Guys, oh my god. I've been saying all day I look rank, how I'm not really enjoying this book. It's a bit slow, and yes, I would say up to page 200 it was, oh this, sorry it's not focusing because it's too dark. It was kind of boring, but past 200 it really picked up, and I've just got to the plot twist where she was like, and as he says such and such, I barely hear him because what I should have said 12 years ago bubbles up my throat and out my mouth. And then it does 12 years ago, but I skipped that chapter to look at what she said when it came back to the present day. And I guessed the plot twist really early on because there was a scene where she makes eye contact with someone. I'm not going to say who because it might spoil it. And it's kind of like suggested that they've got a secret together. I'm sweating. Oh my days. Brother, let a girl go to bed. Thank you. Hey you guys, it's time for a book update. I finished Every Year After by Carly Fortune. Wow, first of all, 3.5 stars. We're following a girl. She goes to live on a lake house when she's quite young. She meets two boys who live next door with their mum. Friends to lovers. Something happens. And at the same time, people are moving away for like college and stuff anyway. So they end up having like a bit of a distance between her and the boys. And she goes back to the lake house for the boys' mum's funeral. And that's where we have our present timeline consisting. And it's her rekindling with the boys again. But this book goes between past and present. So you're seeing their childhood of them first meeting, their whole friendship. There's quite a good plot twist near the endish, which is what gives this book its density. I feel like the first 200 pages were really slice of life, a little bit mundane. I was waiting for the mic to drop, do you know what I mean? Because it is a bit of a mystery because there is a secret that's been kept from the reader. I think for what the plot twist was, it's a very controversial plot twist first of all. I feel like not everyone's going to agree with the outcome of the plot twist. I am going to watch the show. If I like the show, it could make me like the book more for sure. Which leads us on to the next thing. It's time to start our second BOOKTOK favourite book. I knew I wanted a fantasy book because I'm really in the mood for it. I need something like... I really need to start Fourth Wing soon. Our Infinite Fates by Laura Stephen. I'm so excited. This is Like Luck by Alex Asta. I need to check that. Started it last night and this morning. I'll read you the back. It says, every 100 years, the island of Light Luck appears for only 100 days to host a deadly game where the rulers of 6 realms fight to break their curses and win unparalleled power. Each ruler has something to hide. Each curse is uniquely wicked. To break them and save themselves and their realm, one ruler must die. To survive, Isla Crown must lie, cheat, betray, even as love complicates everything. How many are there? How many are there? 36, counted them myself. 36 for last year. Oh my god, for Ron. That's weird, me quoting Harry Potter and the name says Ron. Oh, that's so weird. I love when a fantasy author helps a girl out because there's so many rules and elements to a fantasy book and sometimes you just can't wrap your head around it. Something like this is so handy. This was enough to convince me to start this book today. How stunning is that? Even when I'm in the middle, the spine never breaks. Literally at like a 180 and the spine is still not broken. Well, I kind of did it, I'm not gonna lie. Fuck. I got a bit too excited. Look at my bookmark I got in the Louvre in Paris. Spent a good £20 on it, which is extortionate for a piece of plastic. A girl doesn't mind. When in Paris, money doesn't exist. We just spend money and it comes back to us. This is not relevant to the current video I'm doing, but I just wanted to show because I reorganised my shelves because I'm running out of room. And I thought, why not utilise my mantelpiece? My mantelpiece, I think. I want to get shelves up here for my Lego. All this Lego will be gone. And then look what I've done. I put books up here and I actually think I love it. Like, it's so cute. I am sat in the garden. I thought I'd give you a little book update. I also just want to put in a little note saying I went to Harry Styles yesterday. I'm not doing well. The post-concert depression is crazy, but I've just planned to spend the whole day reading and then I want to watch the rest of Every Summer After tonight. So it's going to be a good day nonetheless, but you know, she's in mourning. I'm 113 pages in. I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. There's 6 people in this trials, including Isla, our main character. I really like how the chapters are named after basically who you're going to be talking to, what's going to happen, what's it about. So it's really easy to keep up with each chapter. Most importantly, I like all the characters. Every single new chapter, I'm enjoying it. She doesn't have any of the powers that she should, but no one knows. She can't tell anyone because that's just dangerous. She has to pretend through all these games she has these powers. If you've read Powerless, it's kind of similar, where she's been raised to hide the fact she has no powers, so she's been taught to hold herself in certain ways to come off like she does. 𝘴𝘰𝘬 has essentially told us that she has a plan and she's not going to follow the initial plan her guardians have told her to win the trials, and she's got a plan with another woman, one of the other 6 people in the trial, and they're like best friends but no one else can know, because obviously it kind of ruins the whole point of them everyone having to be enemies. But we don't know what the plan is, we don't know how trustworthy her friend really is. Like, part of me thinks the friend is going to be one of the biggest betrayals, because you're telling me your supposedly enemy is your best friend and it's not going to bite you on the ass. Yeah, this is a fantasy book, babe, it's going to bite you on the. It's quite a heavy magic system, but it's done in a really simple way, so it's easy to remember. Okay, I was just sat reading the last 50 pages and I just got to a really good plot twist, so I thought best I film this in case it's really good. She's back and you won't guess what I ate. Your girl finished Light Lark, which means book 2 is completed, mate. This was really freaking good. I gave it a 4 stars. The weird thing is, as much as I enjoyed it, I don't think I would continue the series, only because I've read so many good fantasy books that I know what it feels like to be like just consumed by a series, and this didn't quite consume me in that way. If you like trials, love triangles, rulers come together to do these trials in hopes to break the curse that was set on all the realms. And this is where one of my issues were, because I predicted quite a lot of this book. I didn't really think too hard on it, so it kind of was more of a passing thought. But you know, and you're like, this person's probably going to betray her, because it just makes the most sense, like in any plot really. So I think in that sense a lot of the big betrayals didn't shock me that much, but still it was quite a good scene. It's really well written and I really enjoyed the plot and like how it was going along. The next book I decided to start, this one is quite exciting. My neighbour is a publisher, so she gave us a book for my mum to read. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna take that off your hands and I'm gonna read it. And this is a really popular book right now, so it was only right. This is 𝘔𝘰𝘬𝘪𝘢 by Claire Burke. She's living like the perfect life. She does social media, she's got like millions of followers online, and she basically shows her followers her trad life. And then you kind of get some of her backstory about how she got to this position, and most of it comes from being in a really religious setting growing up. She wakes up one morning and her kids are her kids, but they're not her kids. Her husband is her husband, but he's not her husband. Her house is her house, but things just aren't quite right, and she knows she's not in her actual world. It's not fantasy, so I'm not really sure where this is going whatsoever, to be honest with you, which is why I'm so intrigued. And I feel like a lot of the reviews are really, really good. People are like, well, I can't stop thinking about it. If you've watched Don't Worry Darling, that's what people are comparing this to. Oh my god. Hey you guys, I thought I'd give you a quick rundown of how I'm doing with 𝘔𝘰𝘬𝘪𝘢. 2 hours early getting ready for the beach, because I've never been relaxed ever in my entire life. 174 pages in, so almost halfway in. I am enjoying it, but one thing I've said every time my mum's like, oh, how is it? I feel like it's quite slow, and they're giving us a lot of background information, which right now, in the moment, I could have said I don't think is necessary, but I do also understand that it will be for the ending to make more sense and to be more dramatic and have more impact. She's not only gone from a modern day trad wife with social media presence, she is now a trad wife back in the 19 whatevers. It's all proper like olden day trad wife vibes. So right now we're in a stage flipping between past and present where she's trying to work out what the heck is going on. But a lot of people have said by the 2/3 mark they've binged the whole rest of the book. I actually decided one morning to DNF. I know, I'm just as shocked as you are. I was so excited to find out what the plot twist was and see what the hype was about, because the hype for this book is so big right now. But what my issue was, right, right? It's weird because I actually was enjoying it when I was reading it. There was nothing really wrong with the book besides the fact it was just too long. The whole point of the plot is that she's stuck in this random world that's hers but it's not hers, and she's kind of on this loop of playing the same day and trying to work out how she got here, how to get out of here. So that's where the repetition kind of comes in. But equally, as a reader, I don't want to read about the same thing again and again, despite it being part of the plot. So I would still recommend it. I gave it a 2 stars. It was just the length that was just doing it in for me. But naturally so, I went on TikTok and I searched up what the plot twist was because your girl wanted to know. Unfortunately, I just could not get your head in the game. I wasn't gonna do that, babe. Oh my god, my chair is so dusty. And that brings us to the end of the video. These are all the books that we read. They weren't my favourite books ever, but I'm glad BookTok forced us to read some fun books and get them off my TBR for once. Every Summer After, 𝘰𝘰𝘪𝘢𝘭𝘴, we gave 3.5 stars. Light Luck, Alex Astar, we gave 4 stars. And Yesteryear by Carol Claire Burke, we only gave 2 stars. However, I do still recommend. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you've read any of these books and what you rated them, and let me know what videos you'd also like to see because your girl needs ideas once in a while from you guys. Please help me out. Love you.